Seong Yun found himself on the second floor of the Tower of Trials. The system informed him that the trial's difficulty was set to hard and announced the challenge. He had to assassinate the leader of an orc tribe within the given time limit. The environment around him had changed into a dense forest, a stark contrast to the desert he had encountered earlier. From his position atop a hill, Seong Yun looked down upon the orc settlement below. The tribe was guarded by several strong and fearsome orcs. He quickly realized the daunting nature of his task. The settlement was teeming with orcs, and even one of them would be a formidable opponent for him. To defeat their leader, he would need to confront these creatures head-on. Seong Yun briefly considered retreating and returning with a proper plan. However, as he turned to leave, an idea sparked in his mind. If he could create chaos within the settlement, he might have a chance. He began gathering firewood from the surrounding forest and fashioned a torch, storing it in his inventory to save time later. Knowing that orc hunters typically went out at dawn and returned by dusk, Seong Yun decided to act during their absence. He reasoned that fire would be his best ally in this trial. Approaching the outskirts of the village, he threw torches into the forest surrounding the orc settlement. Soon, the flames spread rapidly, creating panic among the orcs. As the orcs scrambled to extinguish the fire, Seong Yun seized the opportunity to strike. Spotting a worker orc fetching water, he sneaked up and plunged his sword into the creature's neck. The system notified him that his necromancer skill had activated, allowing him to absorb the orc's spirit and increase his proficiency. Just as he was absorbing the spirit, a guard orc appeared behind him. Seong Yun barely had time to react before the creature attacked. He blocked the powerful blow with his shield and managed to defeat the guard after a fierce battle. The system informed him that his strength, agility, and stamina had increased, and his fast recovery skill was revitalized. With his newfound strength, Seong Yun felt more confident. The forest continued to burn as Seong Yun calculated his next steps. 3 workers and 1 guard now stood between him and the tribe leader. He swiftly dispatched the workers, finding them no match for his enhanced abilities. However, the second guard proved to be a tougher challenge. After a heated battle, he managed to defeat the guard, absorbing its spirit as well. With the guards out of the way, Seong Yun finally faced the orc leader. The chief launched a fiery attack, but Seong Yun blocked it with his shield, triggering a new skill, fire resistance. Fueled by anger and determination, Seong Yun severed the chief's arms, rendering it unable to fight. The leader fled into a house, and Seong Yun followed. Inside, he found the chief cowering in the corner, clutching its frightened children. For a moment, Seong Yun hesitated, reminded of his own parents and their sacrifice for him. However, his resolve hardened as the orc children attacked him with small daggers. Dismissing their attacks, he struck them down without mercy. The system announced his victory. He had completed the second floor of the Tower of Trials. Exhausted but alive, Seong Yun retreated to the waiting room. His shield, which had saved his life numerous times, was now severely damaged. Reflecting on how close he had come to failure, he checked the leaderboard and saw that half of the participants had already been eliminated. In the community chat, participants were sharing information they had uncovered. One revealed that after reaching the 5th floor, they could obtain a temporary return stone to go back to Earth for a few days. Beyond the 7th floor, permanent return items would become available. Seong Yun considered his options. Returning to Earth with his current abilities would make him a high-ranking hunter, but he decided to push forward to grow stronger. Opening his status window, Seong Yun was amazed by his progress. His strength, stamina, agility, and mana had all significantly increased. He absorbed 5 additional spirits he had collected, pushing his stats even higher. Overwhelmed by his newfound strength, he tested his abilities, running and jumping with incredible speed, only to crash into a wall, leaving his nose bleeding. Determined to prepare for the next trial, Seong Yun purchased new equipment from the shop, including the Big Dead Tree Shield, a black steel dagger, and an assassin's cloak. Each item enhanced his combat abilities, providing him with buffs and increased speed. He spent the remaining time before the next trial training with his new equipment and getting accustomed to his enhanced body. Seong Yun stood at the entrance of the Tower of Trials, ready to face another tough challenge. The system spoke, "You have entered the 3rd floor. Difficulty, hard. Theme, duel." He found himself in a dark cave, its damp walls and shadows making it hard to see anything clearly. Suddenly, the system added, "In 10 seconds, the Guardian of Darkness will appear." Seong Yun tightened his grip, preparing himself. He guessed the Guardian might be like a sand golem, able to strike from anywhere. He looked around carefully, trying not to miss anything. Then, out of the darkness, a figure emerged. It was a shadowy doppelganger with an evil smile. Before Seong Yun could react, it attacked him with a weapon. Pain shot through him as the system said, Defeat the Guardian of Darkness. Seong Yun quickly realized something strange. The Guardian was copying his movements and stance. To confirm his suspicion, he charged forward. He dodged the creature's attack, landed a solid kick, and sent it flying. But the Guardian wasn't done. It healed itself quickly, its rage clear in its glowing eyes. Seong Yun smirked, thinking, "So, it can heal too." The creature lunged at him again, using the same moves as Seong Yun. He kicked it back and thought, if it's copying me, I can use that to my advantage. Seong Yun started fighting smarter, using the weaknesses in his own fighting style to confuse the creature. Their clash became intense, with swords clashing in quick movements. Suddenly, the Guardian surprised him with a powerful strike. Seong Yun barely dodged and thought, it's getting stronger. I can't let this go on for too long. He activated his assassin's cloak, which boosted his speed by 15%. With time running out, he darted toward the Guardian with lightning speed. He stabbed it in the neck, thinking he'd won, but the creature regenerated once more. Its arm stretched unnaturally and sliced off Seong Yun's arm. Despite the pain, Seong Yun saw an opportunity. The Guardian had stopped moving, likely because it needed time to heal. This is my chance, he thought. With only seconds left of his speed boost, he made a bold move. He charged at the creature and smashed it with his shield, breaking its bones. Then, with all his strength, he delivered a final blow, cutting off its head. The system announced, "Congratulations, you have cleared the 3rd floor." In the waiting room for the 4th floor, Seong Yun found himself fully healed. His arm was back, and all his injuries were gone. The system spoke again. You have earned the spirit of the doppelganger. This spirit felt far more powerful than anything he had absorbed before. The system added, your unique trait, necromancy, has reached rank E additional effect. When absorbing spirits, you may gain one of their skills. Seong Yun realized this explained how he had gained accelerated healing earlier. Excited by his new abilities, he logged into the community chat to learn about the next trial. The 4th trial was revealed as an integrated trial, where teamwork was essential. However, someone in the chat warned, this trial might involve fighting other hunters. The thought of killing another person unsettled Seong Yun, but he prepared himself for whatever came next. When the trial began, Seong Yun found himself with 2 other hunters. The first was a girl named Lee Ha-young, a support specialist and E-rank hunter. The second was Lee Sun-hun, a D-rank close combat expert who was arrogant and dismissive. When Seong Yun introduced himself as a cadet hoping to become a hunter, Sun-hun scoffed. Just don't get in my way, he warned. Seong Yun assured them he could handle himself, but Sun-hun wasn't convinced. Stay at the back and take care of the small enemies, he ordered. Seong Yun, used to being underestimated, didn't argue. The trial's goal was to defeat the Goblin King before the opposing team. Failure meant death. As the castle gates opened, the system announced, this is a 3 versus 3 competition. Work with your teammates and complete the trial before the other team. Seong Yun took a deep breath. He knew that in the Tower of Trials, skills mattered more than anything else. Together with his team, he stepped into the castle, ready for the challenge ahead.